what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Rasan 427. Today, I actually be doing a trade paperback and omnibus haul. Here's everything I picked up in like the last month or so. Got some of this stuff from online, some of the stuff from the comic book store. So you have trades, special editions, omnibus inside this haul. So this is everything I actually picked up, and I actually be getting into this right now. And actually, the first thing I actually want to talk about is Civil War, one of the biggest events inside comic book history. Not even Marvel history, just inside comic book history. But this is by Mark Millar and Steve McNiven. Absolutely love this storyline, everything like that. See, this is actually the side of it right there. That's the front cover. See, this is how all the covers were actually lined up. Everything was actually lined up like that. But this collects issues number 1 to 7 right here. So, great series right here. One of my favorites. It's one of the first storylines I probably ever read. This and what? Dark Avengers. But you see, they got the Spider-Man revealing secret identity. One of the things I love about this is the artwork on there. Steve McNiven, I know he did a great job. And the writing on here, of course, this spawned the movie and everything, Captain America Civil War, and everything like that. Of course, you get Thor, Sue Storm, but I love everything about this. See, looking at this artwork, this is actually the wraparound cover for number 1. But yeah, this is something I definitely had to add into my collection. Something that I had multiple different times, but I definitely had to add this to my collection because it's really that good. I know some people don't like it. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great storyline and just a great book right here. And definitely happy to add this to my collection. This is one of the recent things I picked up. And actually, I think I got it for like $12, I think. So pretty much half off for this. I didn't pay retail for almost all of this, I believe. Next thing I actually want to talk about is Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. Now, with me loving that, I read this. It was a short read. You see, this is actually probably one of the lightest trade paperbacks I actually have in my whole collection. Collects issues 1 through 4. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe. And to me personally, it was just all right. It really wasn't that great. The artwork was fine. The writing was fine. Everything was just fine to me. Will I read the sequels? There's 3 of them. It must have been successful since there was 2 more after this, but it was just okay. Yeah, probably won't read the sequels. I mean, it's exactly what you expect. He kills the Marvel Universe, goes around killing villains, and I feel like they had something else with it, with the Taskmaster and stuff, but it just was just okay. Like, it really wasn't special to me at all. I probably wouldn't read the sequels to this. I probably would never read this again, to be completely honest. It was just like, it's fine. That's the way I felt about this. It's like the definitive Deadpool storyline. A lot of people love it, but it was just okay to me. Next up, Mark Millar Nightclub. This is getting to some Mark Millar. So I actually should have put Civil War with this one. I always mess up the order. I didn't realize that Civil War was about Mark Millar. But this is actually his independent work, Nightclub. I actually never read this. Just picked this one up as well. Let me actually zoom out. I actually never read this one. But this is actually volume 1. This is actually the new printing by actually Dark Horse. The original was actually by what is it called? Image. But this actually collects number 1 through 6, and they actually have volume 2 actually out. Well, Nightclub 2 is not really volume 2. Nightclub 2 actually out, and that one is actually in store. So I probably won't pick it up for a while because I'm just gonna wait for the trades. I really enjoyed the artwork. This is actually by who actually did the art on this one? Wonan Ramirez. I want to say he might have been the one who actually did Nemesis, but I might be wrong about that. But I heard a lot of great things about this, so I can't wait to actually jump to this. I'm a big Mark Millar fan. I should actually show off my whole collection. I actually think I did I do a short of it yet? I don't actually think I did a short of it yet, but I'm actually going to show off my whole collection of this right here. But yeah, cool artwork. Seemed like a really cool storyline, but I actually never read this. I'm actually pretty much going in like chronological order of his stuff they actually have. Another one is actually Magic Order. And what really drew me to this is the artwork by Olivia Copia. I just love his artwork. I'm actually reading his Thor series right now. I heard a lot of great things about this. I heard this one is like one of his best ones. And this is actually volume 1. This is a new printing by Dark Horse as well. But this actually collects issues, I want to say it's 1 to 6, but I'm not seeing it on here. Oh, that's weird that it actually not showing it. I'm trying to see. But I'm pretty sure it's issues 1 to 6. I'm pretty sure it's issues 1 to 6. Yes, issues 1 to 6 inside this book. So I can't wait to actually get into this, but the artwork looks fantastic. I think the story is going to be great. This is definitely the one I'm looking forward to. It's just some other stuff that I actually had to read before I actually got into this one, but I think this one looks great. Can't wait to actually get into this one right here. So that's volume 1 right there. And another one, I'm actually going to pick up the omnibus of this, but The thing about this is I just wanted to read it, see if I actually like it. Now, this is actually by John Cassidy. That's what actually drew me to it, because I'm a big fan of the artwork and the artist inside this book. This actually is Planetary by Warren Ellis. I really haven't read anything from him yet, but this is actually by, this actually was by Wildstorm, but then they actually got bought by DC Comics. So this seems like a very interesting storyline. They got Omnibus. I got it for, I'm gonna, if I actually enjoy this, I'm gonna pick it up. It's a pretty good deal. I believe this collects the first, I want to say it's the first 6 issues from what I read on thing. A lot of these don't have nothing on the back. Retails for $14.99. But yeah, this seems really, really cool. I heard a lot of great things about this. But before I invest into the Omnibus, I kind of want to just see how I feel about this before I actually do that. Because I picked this up for a percentage off. I didn't pick this up for retail. So I was like, you know what? Let me just see if I like it first, just to see if I actually want to pick it up. Something else I actually just read, because a few of these things I read because I had them for a few days. Batman Damned. This one was pretty cool. You get issues 1 to 3. They're oversized type of like larger issues. I don't know how many pages it is, but I know it collects 1 to 3. Retail for $25. But yeah, it was pretty cool. The artwork, I feel like it's cool for covers, but just interiors, like it's cool, but it's not really my thing. Like, it looks really cool, and I think the story was fine. I was like, okay, this is cool. It's not one of the best Batman stories at all. I know it had controversy with one of the panels. Where's the panel at? They actually changed it, and they actually didn't keep it. I actually seen the panels. Where is it at? Trying to hurry and find it. Oh, here it is, right. There's a panel of them showing something right here. They actually changed it, took it out with the new printings. Because I wasn't looking for it. I can say it like that. But if you know the panel, that's the thing right there. But yeah, the artwork is pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool storyline. I'm just like, it's okay to me. It's not really something. I'm not really into the Constantine Dead Man type stuff. So maybe that was the reason why. But you see, you get really cool artwork in here. You get some bonus. Actually, you got a lot of bonus extra stuff inside this book. So that's pretty cool. It's like a alternate universe type thing. But yeah, it was a cool little story. Will I read it again? No, it was just fun to me. It was definitely better than Deadpool because the Marvel Universe. Now, something that I thought was absolutely great is this Superman versus Muhammad Ali. They actually reprinted this. The thing I love about this reprint is that it actually feels like older pages. Of course, I have some older comics that I've had like over the years and stuff, and it actually feels like that. It looks like that. I think the artwork is fantastic. I always heard about the artist of this book, Neil Adams, who actually did the writing as well. I always heard about him, but I didn't think it was this good. This is just fantastic artwork. I'm going to scroll through a couple of these pages. It just looks so good. This artwork really, really does look so good, and there's really not anything bad I can actually say about it. I mean, the likeness to Muhammad Ali, the way Superman looks, just everything about this book, I mean, it's fantastic to me personally. And this is something that you definitely pick up. It's pretty much at the comic store. It should be wide released. It should be pretty easy to pick this one up, but I definitely say read this. And the story was a lot better, because I really don't read anything pre-80s. Same thing with movies. I really don't watch anything pre-80s, but this is a great story, and it actually made it make sense to how Superman and Muhammad Ali actually fought, which, you know, with comic books, you can kind of be like, oh, well, it's this reason and that reason, but they actually made it a reason. Now, get into the Omnibus, the last thing. Thor by Straczynski and Gillen. Now, with this one, I actually started looking at, and it was really art. Olivier Copier, like I said, with the other book, that really drew me to it. I was like, wow, that art is fantastic. And I read House of M, and it was something else they actually did that really drew me to him. But I was like, wow, this thing looks fantastic. Then I started reading stuff by Straczynski, and I was like, this writer is great as well. I'm actually going to open it up yet. And I was like, man, I really got to get into this. So I started reading some single issues. I was like, you know what, let me get the whole entire thing. See, this is actually the front of it by Oliver Copiel. So that's really, really cool. Love that. I actually do like the DM variant as well. That's pretty cool. You see, this is actually the side of it right there. That's awesome. See, Thor by Straczynski. You see, we get the mirror in there right there. So that's super, super cool. See a close-up of that. Marvel Omnibus. Get into this Omnibus now. This Omnibus, actually, see the back flick, really cool artwork as well. Now, this actually collects Fantastic Four number 536 to 537, Thor number 1 through 12, Thor number 600 to 614, Thor Annual number 1, Thor Giant Size Finale, Siege number 1 through 4, Director's Cut, and #1 Director's Cut. Siege Loki, New Mutants #11, Secret Invasion Aftermath, Beta Ray Bill, The Green of Eden, Beta Ray Bill #1 through 3, and Dark Reign, The Cabal. And you see, I gotta actually look up to read it and stuff like that. But you see, it collects all that different stuff. Retails for $125. I believe on Amazon right now you get it for what, $64? I picked it up for about $70 when I actually had it. You see, opening this up. But yeah, definitely don't pay retail for this. And you see, looking at the flaps as well, you actually get stuff about Asgard Assemble and how this actually happened. Now, if you don't know with this story, Thor had been gone for a few years. I believe Avengers Disassembled was the last time he was actually seen in Marvel Comics. They had took a break from Thor for whatever reason. I really don't know. They really never... I didn't really hear the reason. You see the same thing on here. But you see you get the lightning and everything like that. But he was gone for years. Except for Civil War, which was a clone of him, wasn't actually Thor, so you couldn't really count that. But this was his return, his rebirth. I believe this storyline is called Thor Rebirth Reborn. You see, you get a read up right here, and you actually kick it off with Fantastic Four. And this is really good issues. I actually started reading this. I actually got my bookmark actually in here. So I actually made it through the Fantastic Four stuff. This is actually really good. This is Bob Straczynski as well. That's why you can basically say it's still him, because it's still Bob Straczynski. You see the artwork on here is good, but this is the artwork that really drew me. This all over Copia artwork right here. But you get a lot of cool storyline. You see, this is where I'm actually at in the book right here. So you see, I made it nice way through it. Got it, picked it up not that long ago. I had it for like less than a week. So I made it through a nice amount of pages of it. And yeah, it's just really cool the way they restarting Asgard and everything like that. And I think this is something that they can maybe do with the movies now, because it's feel like a restarting of Thor, and a lot of people feel like Thor is not in a good state right now. Excuse me, inside the MCU. So I feel like this is something they can actually do. Now you get a lot of introduction to the characters. You get reintroduction to like Loki and characters like that. But yeah, it's just a really, really cool book right here. I think the artwork is fantastic. And me really getting into Thor, because I really never read Thor comics, to be honest. I'm always a fan of Thor, but I really never read his comic books. Like all my favorites, I've read their comic books over the years. But Thor is not really one that I actually did that with. And I definitely want to read more runs of Thor. I know after this is the Matt Fraction run, which is right after this. I know before this, what was it, John Romita Jr. and Dan Jurgens run, so I want to read more runs and stuff like that. But you see this really cool, and you see you get Beta Ray Bill stuff in this, so I can't wait to actually get into that as well, because that's like the ending of this book. It actually ends with Beta Ray Bill, but you actually get some bonus extras. You get a lot of variants. Now this is a lot of variants for a book, like for comics that came out back then. I feel like there's a lot of variants, because back then the variants weren't as abundant as they are today. Today it's just a million variants. Like you get 10 variants for each comic book that actually comes out. But back then you didn't get as many, but you get quite a few inside this book. Seems like they gave us every last one. I know in some comic or some omnibus they don't give us, like I got the Batman New 52. They would have had to like add so many more pages to give us all the variants inside that book. But you see just a lot of cool variants inside this book. You get some Siege stuff, because this leads into Siege. You get some Joe Quesada stuff. But yeah, that's awesome right there. Super, super cool. This is actually Thor, Bob Straczynski, and Gillen. And let's actually wrap this video up. And actually wrapping this video up, I hope you enjoyed my haul for this video, and definitely can't wait to get into some of the stuff I already read and just picked up again, especially this Omnibus. Can't wait to really dive into that and get into some more Mark Millar or some of his stuff on the independence and stuff, since he's with Dark Horse. And I'll probably have to pick up some more Dark Horse. I know some of my stuff is Image and Dark Horse. It really doesn't matter to me. It doesn't have to line up perfectly, because then I have to rebuy all the Image stuff that I actually had. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe.